This is another sign of the times, an analysis, and a commentary. Doomsday Clock has moved closer to midnight. Rising threats from climate change and nuclear arsenals prompted the scientists who maintain the Doomsday Clock, a symbolic countdown to global catastrophe, to move it 2 minutes closer to midnight, its first shift in 3 years. The Doomsday Clock, devised by the Chicago-based Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, now stands at 3 minutes to midnight, our doomsday. It has been adjusted 18 times since its creation in 1947. It has been set as close as 2 minutes to midnight in 1953, when the United States tested a hydrogen bomb, and as far as 17 minutes for midnight in 1991 as the Cold War expired. It was last adjusted in January 2012, when it was moved 1 minute closer to midnight. Today, unchecked climate change and a nuclear arms race resulting from modernization of huge arsenals pose extraordinary and undeniable threats to the continued existence of humanity. Bulletin Executive Director Kenneth Benedict told a news conference, "There are about 16,300 nukes around the world, which is far too many. What do we need so many nukes for? And what could happen if just one of them was to fall into the hands of terrorists? And this should be an important question to ask." The change was announced less than a week after United States scientists announced that 2014 was Earth's hottest on record. Fresh evidence that people are disrupting the climate by burning fossil fuels that release greenhouse gases into the air. Benedict said world leaders have failed to act with the speed or on the scale necessary to protect against potential catastrophe, and the adjustment in the clock was intended to inspire action. These failures of leadership endanger every person on Earth, Benedict said. The Bulletin is a periodical founded in 1945 by University of Chicago scientists who helped develop the first atomic weapons in the Manhattan Project. The Bulletin's Science and Security Board, which adjusts the clock, said steps to address climate change do not match expectations of even 5 years ago, let alone the actual need, while investments continue to pour into fossil fuel infrastructure. Sweeping nuclear weapons modernization programs and a disarmament machinery that has ground to a halt has dampened cautious optimism about the possibility of keeping the nuclear arms race in check, the scientists said. And that is a very ominous sign. The board recommended action to cap greenhouse gas emissions, cut spending on nuclear weapons modernization programs, and a renewed drive toward nuclear disarmament. We are not saying it is too late to take action, but the window for action is closing rapidly, Benedict said. The world needs to be awakened from its lethargy and start making changes. Yes, it's time for changes to start happening right now. Because without change, there is no hope. Everything that must change quickly or rapidly, and for the better. Because, again, it's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations? And that should be a very important question to ask. It's time for the spiritual and physical manifestation of the book of Revelation. Revelation, chapter 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch humans with fire. 9. and humans were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom or nation was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings and leaders of the east might be prepared. Yes, it's time for prophecy to be fulfilled, and all these are more signs.